So going from a public education environment, and as most of the people listening know, I spent most of my career in and around government. The very bureaucratic, rigid process to small business ownership, which is very much a, you know, chief cook and bottle washer. You got to move quickly, to generate revenue, generate clients. How did that transition go for you, and what were some highs and what were some lows of that transition?
I think for me, especially working in the environments I did, so working in a Title I school, working in an alternative school, those environments actually train you to deal with crises, to deal with crisis management. They're in a public, I probably at any public school, but I would say in those kinds of schools, there's a lot of turnover. You have crises that are going on the administrative side or the staffing side. I remember one day an assistant principal just walked out and never came back.
Wow.
Or you had that happen. Teachers would do that too because the environment was so stressful. And it's never the kids. I want to clarify that. It's never the students. It's always the bureaucratic, or you maybe have people coming in and being hired at these schools that aren't as experienced, aren't don't have the qualifications maybe that would be required at another school in the same district, um, which contributes to inequity because then students are in a school where staffing are leaving all the time. But then you also have students who are dealing with very adult problems. So all of that combined, I feel like you have to really learn to be resourceful in schools like that, because it's all about students. You're there to help students. So whatever is going on, things don't stop for students. That's their school. And for a lot of students, that's their constant. If things aren't constant, if they don't have a constant at home, if their personal life or home life is in disarray, no fault through no fault of their own, then school is the constant. So when things happen and you're in those schools, you've got to keep things going for the students. So with that said, I do feel like that gave me training as a business owner to deal with what you were saying, Robbie, about things being time sensitive in a business. That hustle, I feel like some of that I learned working in those schools specifically. And I was responsible in those schools for running my own program. I was given a lot of independence. Well, depending on the principal I had, of course. Some gave me more independence than others, but building my own program, also learning, I guess, pursuing the resources I needed to be better at my job, all of that trained me for when I had the independence through as a business owner to just really do whatever I needed to do, to nurture myself and be a great resource to the families I serve.